Many immigrants start with a dream of living in a country where equality and freedom are the norm, jobs are plentiful, and the quality of life is high. Sadly, not all immigrants get to live their dream due to a technicality in their visa application process or because they are found inadmissible to Canada. However, all is not lost. You may still be able to come to Canada with a temporary resident visa. But first, it's vital to know whether or not you're admissible to Canada. What does inadmissible to Canada mean? If you are deemed inadmissible to Canada, you cannot enter or stay in Canada. This can be due to the following reasons: security, human or international rights violations, criminality, organized or otherwise, health issues, misrepresentation, financial problems, having an inadmissible family member, or non-compliance with the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. If deemed inadmissible, you may be able to enter Canada with a temporary resident permit if you have valid humanitarian and compassionate reasons. You could also appeal the procedural fairness letter. However, the most likely way to successfully enter Canada if deemed admissible is via a temporary resident permit. How to apply for a temporary resident permit? Applying for a temporary resident permit in Canada is straightforward. Here's how to do it. Step 1. You need to be deemed inadmissible to Canada. Please wait until you have been deemed inadmissible to Canada before deciding to use this program to immigrate to Canada. Step 2. Ensure you meet the eligibility requirements needed to apply for a temporary resident permit for study, work, or visitation. Each purpose has different requirements you must fulfill to be eligible. Find out how you can be eligible for either of these temporary resident visas in the links below. Step 3. Apply for a temporary resident permit. To do this, you must determine your eligibility to enter Canada, gather documentation to support your application to visit Canada, create an online profile, upload your documents and pay the fees, provide your fingerprints and biometrics at your local visa application center, send your passport to get stamped, and finally, pack your bags and head for Canada. Why move to Canada using a temporary resident permit? Moving to Canada using a temporary resident permit is an effective way to deal with the unfortunate circumstance of being inadmissible to immigrate to Canada. To learn more about how to immigrate to Canada, subscribe and visit CanadianVisa.org. Start your journey today.